Okay, so I'm working on my Trailblazer here. It's the daily driver. It's a 2003 Trailblazer LT. It's got the 4.2 liter inline six in it. And a few mornings ago, I started it up. It was functioning completely fine. And then the ABS light came on, the emergency brake light came on, the check engine light came on, and the transmission would not shift at all. I could manually shift between first and second, but if I put it in drive, it would just go back to first and stay there. And if I tried to put it in third, it would go back to first. So the transmission was acting funky, but it worked completely fine the day before. I brought it to a mechanic with a better scan tool than I have, and he found that there was no speed coming from the speed sensor. So I started by replacing the speed sensor that's located on the back of the, if you can see it, it's right there. It's on a tone ring on the output shaft of the transmission, and there's another one on the other side. Okay, it's almost on top. Started by replacing that. Didn't do anything, but we knew it had to be an electrical issue. So I started pulling that harness out, the pigtail on it. Now these two wires here go to the two speed sensors. Okay, this is the one on the passenger side, or excuse me, the driver's side that I replaced. This is the other one. This wire here, was slightly cracked, but still connected. But this one is not actually connected to this. It's just taped on, okay? So they're isolated from each other. This is the primary speed sensor for the Trailblazer. Basically, this functions for the whole rear axle, okay? This is how it gets the rear wheel speed. It goes up and over the transmission, and as you can see, it was just completely broken off. It was completely severed because I started pulling it out, and this just kind of came out. And the connector for this sensor is actually on the other side of the vehicle, right there. And it connects to that speed sensor by going up and over the transmission over to that guy right up in there. Okay? It goes back and over the transfer case to that connector over there. And the vibration from the transmission had just there's the insulation over there. Had just chafed right through this conduit and then chafed through the cable, and it was just broken. So I'm going to try fixing that now, and hopefully this thing will shift and drive and all those lights will go away. We'll see. But I'm filming this because I didn't really find anything online with this specific problem and these specific symptoms. So yeah. So add to that last part, this is the connector for the sensor, this is the pigtail, and this is where it looped up and over the transfer case to the other side, to this connector, which then goes to that guy over there, and I assume eventually to the PCM. But it's a really tight space in there, and the transmission vibrations, I guess, just over time, basically just chafed this pigtail right in half. So there you go. So here at the electrical reworking station, this is my fix for now. Resoldered those, put some shrink tube on them. This end where the wire was exposed, nobody around here has this in stock. And there were some aftermarket ones that might have worked, but the wires were very short, and I'd like this to still be pretty long to go where it needs to go, and maybe a little anal of me, but I would like the colors to match as they do. Anyway, I just globbed some silicone gasket maker over this where the copper was exposed on this one because it wasn't broken, and I don't know how to get the wires out of this connector without breaking it, so I think this will work at the very least for now, and then I'll try to find like a factory Delphi replacement for this and get that ordered, but at least I can drive it in the meantime. Alright, so here we are. There's second. Lights are off, ABS lights off, check engine lights off, brake lights not on. There's third, 2,000 RPM, 40 mile an hour, the speedometer's working great. Get this thing to shift up to fourth now. Come on, baby. And there we are, fourth gear, got everything. Worked perfect.